Stop chasing the next promotion. You may not agree with me, but hear me out. The truth is, most of us aren't tired from working hard. We are just tired from working hard for all the wrong reasons. So hopefully, if you stay on with me till the end, you might find out if the reasons that you're chasing your promotion for still work for you. Researchers have found that beyond a point, more money basically stops adding any more to your happiness. They also found something absolutely surprising. Money can buy you freedom, it can buy you security, and it can buy you time if you use it slightly differently. So in this video, we'll try and understand what the tipping point actually looks like, how it pans out in your midlife, and how you can create a simple 120-day plan in 3 steps that I call the enough curve. Now, this is the point at which more income stops buying you happiness and starts costing you your time, your health, and your peace. Hello everyone, my name is Vivian Robert and I make videos to help people like you use money as a mirror for mindset and meaning. If you are in that phase of life where more doesn't always mean better, then you might want to hit subscribe, because we'll find out ways together to find freedom, purpose, and contentment. If you've seen my earlier videos on fire, frugality, and purpose, this one is another piece of the jigsaw and continues with that journey of discovery. So today's question, my friends, isn't how to earn more money. It is how to know when you have enough. And let's start with some research. A famous study in 2010 by Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton found that higher income strongly raises life evaluation, which is how you view your life. But emotional well-being and your day-to-day happiness plateaus off beyond about an earning of $75,000 per year. And this was way back in 2010. In simple words, what this research says is that your life may look better on paper, but higher pay packets don't necessarily buy you calmer, happier mornings. So yes, more money can help you with security, but it stops adding joy that we're looking for after a point. Perhaps that's nature's way of saying to us that you can upgrade your lifestyle, but not necessarily your inner peace. Now, there have been studies since then, and newer studies have said that the plateau isn't fixed, and it moves depending on your country of residence, your health, your choices, and all of this makes absolutely perfect sense. So the point is that more money will not necessarily make you happier, but it can make you less miserable if you know how to use it well. And now, that's a really important distinction, because financial security can give you resilience when life gets rough. In the UK, the official Office of National Statistics data shows that personal well-being varies with a number of parameters, like health, your job security, your housing situation, etc. And unfortunately, like in most countries, these have become more fragile recently as the cost of living increases. If you saw my earlier video about whether earning abroad really makes you rich, you'll remember that although you may earn more abroad, it often comes with higher costs, longer commutes, and greater stress. So don't blame yourself, my friends. It's not just you. It's the system that's designed so that we trade our cash for our calm. So while the extra income looks good, only context can decide how much happiness you can actually buy. Another important thing to think about and keep in mind is that usually a midlife dip in your well-being in your mid to late 40s. Many studies show a U-shaped happiness curve, which is higher in your youth, falls in your 40s and 50s, and then rises again in older age. That emotional low point, or the dip, ironically coincides with the years when many people are at the peak of their earning potential. If you've followed my story on this channel, you already know that I spent most of my 40s chasing what many of us were told was success. I traded my weekends for deadlines, family dinners for project reviews, and my own time for company titles. And yes, it did work. The promotions came, the pay rises came, and my LinkedIn updates looked more impressive than ever. But somewhere along the climb, my friends, I stopped asking a very basic question. What exactly am I climbing towards? On the rare, quiet evenings, I'd sometimes catch myself thinking, I've earned more than I ever have before, but I'm living less than ever before. In the last couple of years, that question has constantly haunted me. It hasn't left me. What did I actually gain, and what quietly slipped away when I wasn't looking? Now, research cites 4 strong psychological and practical reasons for the happiness U-curve. The first one is hedonic adaptation. We as humans adapt too fast to gains. That new car becomes ordinary after a few weeks. But dangerously, this sets the new benchmark, a new baseline for more. So much so that we have to run much harder and much faster, even to stay at the same place. The next point is lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep. When pay rises come, the spending follows. We earn more, we spend more, and finally end up feeling just as stressed as we were before. Now, without setting positive rules for ourselves, we don't convert these raises into freedom. In my video on living frugally, I have discussed that simplicity just isn't about deprivation. Rather, it's about the choices you make. The next aspect is relative comparisons. We evaluate our success against peers. The richer your circle, the poorer you feel. It's the simple, brutal truth. What's more, if more money comes in, your comparison circle resets and keeps you in the same dissatisfaction loop forever. The final aspect is about structural pressures involving time, health, housing, etc. Higher pay often comes with longer hours and greater stress. We trade our needs for wants. We trade our time for titles. And therein lies the paradox, my friends. To a large extent, we trade our life for our lifestyle. But here's the practical bit. Let us turn this reflection into action. Here's a simple 3-step 120-day plan to find your enough curve. Step 1, in the first week, map your enough. Write down these 3 numbers. 1, your survival number, which includes your bare minimum expenses that you need to live decently. Number 2 is your security number, the number that helps you relax and cover unexpected, sometimes nasty surprises. And 3, your freedom number, the level where you could choose to stop trading your time for money. Use your real expenses plus a realistic lifestyle top-up. Now that's your personal threshold. Beyond it, any more income just adds clutter, not calm. Now this anchors your decisions to a number rather than feelings. Step number 2, in weeks 2 to 6, trim your hedonic leaks. Now what do I mean by this? Identify 3 recurring upgrades that you made in the past 3 years, maybe your car, your subscriptions, streaming, travel options, etc. And ask yourself, did this really bring me lasting happiness? And then apply the 30-day pause rule. If you believe these upgrades definitely enriched your life, then keep doing it. Otherwise, cancel it. This fights your hedonic adaptations. That simple pause can turn having more into enjoying more. And that's a fantastic shift in perspective. Even 50 pounds saved buys you choice, not deprivation. And finally, step 3, find ways to buy back your time in weeks number 6 to 12. Challenge yourself to trade your pay increases or bonuses into time. Say a shorter commute, maybe fewer days in office, or paying for outsourced chores, or whatever else that appeals most to you, and measure your life satisfaction weekly for 2 months. After all, everyone's goal isn't early retirement, my friends. If you don't want it, it's absolutely fine. But it is about having early control. Once you've tracked your happiness for these 2 months, if you find your stress dropped, congratulations. Give yourself a big pat on your back because you have found your enough curve. And anything more only adds clutter and not calm. Now I know someone who has traded their last 3 pay rises for a day off a week and said that they've never felt happier. They've openly admitted to me that they would never ever want to go back to a 5-day working week again if they can help it. They found happiness in replacing money with time, as it allows them to do things that they want to do. Perhaps giving back to the community, perhaps investing in their health, or even strengthening the connections that really matter to them in life. They didn't simply earn less, they actually started living more. So my friends, pause and ask yourself, will your next pay rise buy you more freedom, or will it buy you more noise in a life that is already too full? Because research shows that it's not the money that changes our happiness, it's how we use it. Purchasing experiences and time-saving choices give far more happiness returns than just possessions alone. So why not find out for yourself? You may find that your next pay rise is not life-changing, but how you use it might well be. Now, if this video resonated with you, my friends, tell me one thing that you'd like to change in your life to buy back time. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with someone who's chasing the next pay rise without even knowing why. Remember, money never stopped mattering. It always does. But in this stage of your life, use it as a tool, not as a trophy. Use it to buy freedom, not stress. Because the real bonus we are chasing isn't in our bank accounts. It's in how we choose to spend our time. I'll see you in the next one.